I'm Peter Block here in Chicago at ACC 2016. If you recognize the face to my left, that's no surprise. This is Rob Califf, and Rob and I have known each other, about 110 years, Rob?
Something like that.
Pretty close. Rob now is the new FDA Grand Poobah, the commissioner, and has been for about a month or so, and finds that he's enjoying the task, which is sort of interesting. So Rob, I'm not going to do very much of an interview here. I want basically to get you to say a few things about how ACC interacts with the FDA, what we can do to help you. Those are really important issues.
Well, there are two big ways I think the ACC can help. First of all, we need good people working at the FDA. So if there's a cardiologist out there who's having a great time in practice but interested in evidence and how to assess it, or a young person, or another phenotype that's interesting is someone who may be at the end of career is looking for a really interesting way to influence public policy, we're looking for good people at the FDA. It's an amazing time with the confluence of biotechnology where it is, and then information technology and computation. So the whole world is changing, FDA is at the crux, and we're looking for good people. The second thing, and this is where the ACC has already been very important, there's no shortage of entrepreneurial ideas. We're seeing amazing technologies come through, but we got to be able to measure their effectiveness and where there's safety problems. So we have an evolving evidence generation system. This country has not done a great job of that overall. We're expensive, we're slow. The cost of clinical trials is rising at 8 times the consumer price index, and the solution is to take advantage of registries, electronic health records, not to do away with randomization. We actually need more randomization. But if we can do it in the context of data that's already being collected, we can learn a lot more, a lot faster. You know, early on in my career, I learned the most powerful cardiologist is one who's really skilled, can talk to people, and is armed with good evidence for what that cardiologist wants to do, can save lives.
Well, you know, Rob, the ACC has actually done a fair amount, as you're aware. One of the hits that the FDA has taken, and Rob and I talked about this briefly before we began, was that, in fact, drugs take so long and new technology takes so long. Rob pointed out drugs don't take so long.
Yeah, we're faster than any other country, and U.S. is first to market the vast majority of the time. And in fact, people may know we're going through user fee negotiations now with most of the industries that we regulate. And pharma's not pushing for faster timelines now. That, of course, we'd always like to be more efficient. But the quality of the reviews and the life cycle now, we're seeing now drugs. People didn't think about this when generics were first put in, but over 90% of prescriptions are now generics. That's been great for cardiovascular medicine. But we're seeing drugs on the market for 40 or 50 years. And as we're getting big data, we're beginning to see their benefits and risks of drugs that we never thought about. So we need systems that work throughout the life cycle.
There you go. So it looks to me, and what you're telling me, if I'm going to be the ACC listening here, we need a lot more evidence going forward for a whole bunch of things, including technology, where registries may be helpful, where clinical trials still will be an important part of it, but data collection is going to be the crux that makes you happy.
Oh yeah, and I've heard a lot of people say, well, this will take away what the doctor can do. I see it exactly the opposite. Once you got the data, then you're really ready to go out there and help people interpret it and do what's best for the patient.
Okay, thanks, Rob. Appreciate all your time.
Thank you.